lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Becky. I'm a fashion lifestyle blogger. I post here on YouTube as much as I can motivate myself to edit. So I haven't filmed like a get ready with me kind of video in a while, and my makeup like routine has changed a lot since I've last filmed kind of an everyday makeup. So I thought that I would just film it and have a chat with you guys. I've not really filmed anything since the new year, so there were quite a few new makeup bits that I wanted to try before Christmas, but as you guys will know, I'm not supposed to be spending at the moment, so I didn't buy things. And then when people were asking me what I wanted for Christmas, I just kept asking for loads of makeup stuff and skincare stuff and things like that. So I have lots of new things to show you. So I start my makeup routine with washing my face with the Milky Cleanser, and I have reusable face cloths that I bought on Amazon, and I use each one like once, but rather than throwing them away, then I put them in the washing machine. So then after washing my face, I always put on the Clinique Moisture Surge. I've never found a moisturizer that I love as much as this. Like, I was a bit ignorant to kind of some stuff in makeup, and I thought that because it was sold in the UK, that meant that it was cruelty free. I have since learned that Clinique is not cruelty free. I'm still going to use the pot that I have, but it does mean that I'm on the hunt for a moisturizer. Like, I basically exactly want this one, but I want it to be cruelty free. So if anybody knows any moisturizer that resembles the consistency and like effectiveness of the Moisture Surge, hit a girl up. So then once I've done that, I just put some lip balm on. I'm using the Nivea Hydro Care one at the moment, but I don't particularly have a favourite. I just, like, whenever I run out, I'll buy the first thing I see. So then I'm gonna leave my moisturizer to set for a few minutes. So I will leave them for a few minutes. I'm just gonna brush my hair out. I can never ever get my parting in the middle of my face. Every time I think I've got it, I come on camera and I look at myself and it's just so wonky. So now that my moisturizer has kind of set in enough, I'm gonna put some primer on. If you've watched me for any length of time and watched any of my makeup videos, you will know that I absolutely adore this primer. It's the only one I've used, I think, for 3 years now. And every time I've bought something else and tried to use something else, I ended up giving it away because I just didn't like it. And I love this one so much. It just makes my skin feel so smooth. I can't even describe it. It's so smooth. I feel poreless. The next thing that I'm doing at the moment is using the Clinique Even Better foundation. Something else I'm gonna have to replace, find an alternative for. And at the moment, I'm just doing really little bits of foundation. So this looks like a lot, but the foundation is really thin. So you kind of don't get much coverage from it. And it doesn't feel like a lot because it's such a thin, like, formula. So that's the foundation. As you can see, you can really see like bits of color underneath my skin. So if I go in really close, you can see that it's not a really high coverage one. It's one that's just kind of blends into my skin really nicely. I think that's it. My eye bags are so bad today. I went out yesterday and I forgot to take my water bottle with me, so I didn't drink much throughout the day. And then obviously I was drinking last night. Yeah, probably. Tired, dehydrated. Okay, then I just put on like a few stripes of concealer like this normally. This is the Saint Laurent All Hours concealer, which is another like one of my go-tos that I absolutely swear by. If I'm in like a super rush when I'm getting ready, I don't put any foundation on and I just put concealer where I've just put that on. And then I just use the excess that's on the sponge and dab it around my face a little bit. And then recently I've started reusing my contour stick. This is the CYO one. I used to use the NYX one. I love the NYX one too, but I think the NYX one is like £8 and this is like 2 or 3. and it's literally exactly the same. So I just put a little line of that on each side, a touch on the end of my nose, and a touch there. And then I use the other end of my beauty blender for that. So as I was saying, like, my makeup has changed a lot, and I used to really focus on spending ages on my brows, making my brows like super colored in, and then I would spend ages on like a really harsh contour, putting eyeshadow on and lipsticks and stuff. And I feel like at the moment my focus is really that I want a nice like glowy base, and I just want to look a lot fresher. Okay, so I'm now putting on the Lottie Tan Time bronzer, and I kind of tap it on in a line, the product like that, and then I just fluff it out a little bit. And I've noticed that this bronzer pulls up so dark on camera, but in person it really doesn't look like there's much there. And then with the whatever is left on my brush, I like to just dab my eyes a little bit. I don't like using like my skin color powder to set my eyes, but I do get like really bad creases in my eyes of the like foundation or whatever. And I saw a girl do this with her bronzer, and I just thought it was a really pretty way to do it. Okay, next I have a little Topshop blusher. It's in the shade Heads Up. I think that Topshop are stopping their makeup line. The other day I was trying to send somebody a link to this bronzer, and it wasn't on their website anymore, but it is on the Very website. So I don't know whether other Topshop retailers still have it and just the Topshop shop doesn't. Bloody hell, that's a mouthful. I will try and link it if I can find it. But I love this blusher. Like, I don't feel like it looks too pink, but my face looks a bit rosier. And yeah, very much like this if you can get your hands on it. Then the next thing that I've got since Christmas that you guys haven't seen yet is I got this Jeffree Star highlighter. So this is the Skin Frost highlighter in the shade Peach Goddess, and I've been using this like daily since, not daily, every time I do my makeup. Literally you need the tiniest bit. This is so intense, so I just give it a few taps and then shake that off, and then how crazy is that? It's so intense. The first time I did it, I proper like rubbed my brush in there, and then I went like this, like on my face. I was like that, and I was like, oh no, it was a disaster. So you literally want to pick up a tiny bit, it's not going to focus, pick up a tiny bit of your brush, and then I kind of like dab it on. And can you see like how much that's like kind of a light like shimmer highlight kind of thing, whereas this looks more like an eyeshadow kind of consistency. It's so pigmented and so intense, so you really like do want to be careful with this unless you want an insanely intense highlight, which if that's for you, you do use this. Every time I wear this actually as well, when I'm on Instagram stories, somebody will DM me and be like, your skin is glowing, you look amazing, what's your secret? Okay, next up I'm going to use this Glossier. Is this the Boy Brow? No, this is the Brow Flick. And I saw a girl use this on TikTok to do freckles on her cheeks, and that's what I wanted it for. Turns out I can't do the freckle thing. I don't know how people do it, but it always just looks like I've drawn dots all over my face. It doesn't look like freckles. So I've given up on that. But it is like a brow pen, so I have been using it for that, and I love it so much. So this is what my grandma bought me for Christmas actually. So what I'm trying to do with this is to kind of like make my brow look bigger by mimicking brush strokes rather than colouring in my eyebrows like I used to. So I'll go like from here and like flick upwards. I've got a bit of a blob there. There we go. And then in the middle, I kind of like, I can't talk while I do it, but I kind of try to draw down and like flick down, because if I go up, it ends up thicker at the top. But I'm trying to mimic like the hairs in the middle going up. You'll see what I mean. So I do it just kind of like that, and then I have a brow gel that I'm going to use in a minute that I use to kind of soften the brow a little bit, because it is a bit chunky and a bit in your face still. So we have two brows now, very much sisters and not twins. My two brows are just really different shapes, and I've always tried before to make them look the same. It just never works. It just ends up with me being frustrated. So I'm just gonna not try and make them look the same anymore. So as I was saying, to soften them, I usually just kind of try and dab at that middle bit to lighten the colour a bit. Okay, so I'm just taking this brow gel thing. I don't like the big fluffy brows. I really don't. I'm really sorry. So what I do is I kind of brush it up and then kind of try to like pull it back in a bit. So I want them to be up a little, but not too high. By the way, this is the boy brow and this is in the shade brown. All the links and the shade names and everything will be in the description anyway. So I know this is not like an everyday thing for most people, but your girl loves some eyeliner. So I like to do, I'm using the viewfinder as a mirror. Generally when I film makeup videos, if I hold like a little hand mirror in my hand, I'm covering my face on the camera. And if I have a mirror like behind the camera, then I'm just looking over there. So I'm just using the viewfinder now. I'm going to show you how I actually do the eyeliner now. I do have to have a mirror for this because I can't do this in the viewfinder, but I'm going to get my eye quite close so hopefully you can see. So I'm aiming for about here, and I'm going to start right in the crease of like my eye and my waterline kind of thing, the corner. And I start off with that line. So I like my eyeliner to kind of go out sideways rather than up too much. So then once I've done the eye, I go to the other eye and do the same thing like that. So now they're like roughly the same. This one's thicker at the bottom though, so I'm just going to add a little bit to this one. And then one thing that I don't do is ever try and make them look exactly the same, because then you just end up with them being crazy thick, crazy big, and by the time you've got mascara on, you can't really tell. So where I'm going to go from there is I'm going to pull this in and like connect it to my eye. I never used to really connect it into my eye. I would just draw a line from the corner of my eye and connect it to like here. And I feel like it looks so much nicer connected, and I don't know why I never did it. And there you see, like now they're connected. I feel like they don't look that different, but they did at first. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes now. So my favorite mascara and my favorite lip gloss are not in here, which means they're in one of my handbags somewhere. So I will be right back. Okay, they're found. Disaster averted. I'm well out of breath from running up and down them steps though. Well, while I catch my breath, I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on. At the moment, I'm using the Scandaleyes Volume on Demand one by Rimmel. So this is in the shade Brown Black, but just trust me, okay? So this is my eyeball. We've got a lot of really close-up shots today. And then it's a really buildable coverage, so you can put one coat on. Okay, and then normally I do my makeup first and my hair second. So I will like go plug in my hair straighteners and stuff now while that coat dries. Okay, and then I'm going to put a second coat of mascara on. And then I'm going to leave that to dry while I start putting some like heat protector and stuff on my hair. This is the VO5 Heat Protect Spray. I tried this out when I was doing an ad with VO5 a couple of years ago. Oh my god, 3 years ago now. And I've used it since. And then, I'm sorry for this back and forth, it's making me confused too. I'm now gonna put a third coat of mascara on. And then, so my favorite lip product at the moment is like a mix up between the Glossier clear transparent gloss and the lipstick, this lipstick in shade Zip, which is like a red. And it's like, I don't want to put this one on today, so I'll just show you here. It's just like a really like red like tinge, so it's a really, really nice everyday red. My proper red lipstick that I have, that's like really, really red, is very, very intense and not something that I would want to wear on a daily basis. It's more of a nighttime thing. But I love this if I'm wearing a black and white outfit as just a little hint of something on my lips. But more often than not, what I'm actually wearing on my lips every day is the Glossier clear transparent lip gloss. Okay, so that is the makeup that I kind of wear on a daily basis. I'm going to quickly show you how I do my hair as well, because I do most of the time wear my hair down. So all I do really is kind of straighten it. I don't section it out because I don't want it to be too like poker straight and lose all of my volume. So I just kind of roughly straighten it out and try and get it mostly straight. And then I like the bottoms to be kind of flicky a bit still, so it's not like super done. So I'll put in some like little tiny curls in the bottom. Not quite a curl, just like a little bit of a flick kind of thing. And then my fringe has kind of done itself today because I've been holding it behind my ears all day. Okay, so that's kind of what I would do with my hair on like a daily basis. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there before I really embarrass myself trying to be cool or funny or something. If you liked the video, then please do let me know in the comments. Let me know if you would like to see any more kind of different makeup looks. I'm really into makeup recently. I feel like I really go through phases where I don't like it or I'm wearing it every day. And at the moment I'm super into it and I like want to do my makeup every day, even if I don't have time every day. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to.